Life can be very interesting. It can be very satisfying, pleasurable, fulfilling, but it can also be very difficult. It can also be a moment where all you experience is trials and obstacles and struggle. But what I want you to understand is the direction by which you go in life is determined by who you are, understanding who you are, taking the conscious journey of self-discovery and really discovering your authentic self. You see, when people are on the path of suffering, depression, feeling like they're just out of control and that life is happening to you rather than for you, it is because you really don't know who you are. And this sense of feeling lost is because you are lost, right? You don't even know where you are. You don't know the foundation of your current situation. And that really starts with understanding yourself, understanding who you are. And the journey of self-discovery begins with questioning. It begins with just simply asking, what do you want? What are you? Who are you? And not really asking the questions expecting to have a definite answer right away, but simply asking the questions sends you on the path of self-discovering those answers, right? And it's important, though, that you recognize the inquiry is the first steps of the journey. It isn't the destination. There pretty much is not a permanent final destination when it comes to the journey of yourself and the journey of spirituality and the journey of manifestation and creating abundance and prosperity and success. It is ongoing. And every time you hit a certain landmark, a goal, there is simply another one that you want to set forward. And that's just going to reaffirm who you really are. And what I say you really are is the creator of your universe, your reality. But in order for you to truly understand that, you have to start with understanding your identity. And identity can be something that a lot of people will say is a false identity, right? It says your name, that isn't who you are. Your thoughts, that isn't who you are. Your emotions, that isn't who you are. And to a certain degree, I agree with that. But it's important to understand that those are not false realities. Those are just different layers of your truth, different layers of who you are. And when you first identify, okay, these are my thoughts, these are my emotions, these are my authentic feelings that comes from me and not just something that was implanted in me. That wasn't something that was programmed in me when I was a child. When you understand that you have your own unique thoughts, then you begin the process of truly unlocking those layers of who you are, because those things are necessary. The ego creates your identity for a reason. The ego job is to lock you and tether you to this reality, this physical realm of existence that we're living in, to understand a level of you versus something else. Now, your conscious mind, your higher mind, right, which is your truest self, understands the oneness that is everything, that you are, in fact, one with everything. But you have to go through this journey of separating yourself from identifying completely with that ego sense of self and going into the journey of truly connecting and realizing your conscious self. So the process of self-discovery is necessary. It is the beginning phases of this spiritual journey. And once you get into that realm of understanding who you are and really taking time out to distinguish between what was given to you, what was implanted in you as you were a child, what was and still is being implanted in you based off your community, your environment, the music you listen to, the TV and the media that you watch, whatever you consume, even the foods that you eat, is an implantation. And so you have to be mindful about all those things, and you have to learn to separate and ask yourself, are these thoughts, is this existence or way of being truly who I am? And when you start to ask that question, you begin to separate the suffering, the pain, the agony, the sense of this false self, and you begin to tap into who you truly are. But at first, it takes the inquiry, the questioning, the wondering, okay? And then as you begin to identify areas or thought patterns or paradigms in your mind that just really don't resonate with you, or you feel like it just doesn't sit right or it doesn't feel completely right for you, that's when you begin to understand and begin to identify what truly resonates with you and what truly is your truth. And so that is the beginning of this sense of self-discovery. That is the beginning of really tapping into the self-awareness of understanding where you are in this moment, who you are in this moment. So, question. And what I want you to do, I'm going to give you a simple, very simple exercise. When you are looking in the mirror, when you go to the bathroom, right? When you start your day, simply ask yourself, who am I? Ask yourself, what do I want? When you ask yourself those questions every single day and every single night, you will begin to unravel your subconscious. You will begin to use your conscious mind to recognize how your subconscious programs no longer serve you, and thus create new patterns to implant in your subconscious mind that resonate with your consciousness, your true self, the core of who you are, that divinity within you that is you. You see, so simply asking the questions is all it takes for you to begin discovering self. And as you discover, as you continue to ask the questions and wonder, now remember, this journey isn't one that needs to be completely intense and serious. The goal of wondering is to have fun, is to get at a space where you are enjoying the process. So as you ask these questions, there is a sense of seriousness that comes in the beginning of it, right? Because it can be scary for people to recognize that the person that they have been being for all of their life until this point is really not who you are. So you may be scared, you may be anxious, because now you have to let go of that false self, okay? But then be excited about being your true self and recognizing when you are your truest self, there is more joy, more fulfillment, more happiness, more excitement. Life is truly a gift, and you understand that when you are your most authentic self. So remember, go through this process, have fun with it, be excited, because once you go through this process, you will fully tap into who you are. And when you do that, all of life becomes basically a playground. It becomes a game where you recognize that you are always winning. All right? So those simple things, ask yourself, who am I? What do I want? Every single day will help you to gain the insight, the knowledge, the success, the abundance that you truly, truly desire. Thank you so much. Feel free to go to drabundant.com, subscribe to my daily newsletter, get access to this free ebook, The Power Within. When you subscribe to my newsletter, you will also be invited to join my weekly free webinar series, Manifestation Mondays, which happens every Monday at 8 p.m. Thank you, and continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.